5.
Hello, I'm Scoryth of the Crimson Renegades, and welcome to Episode 1 of Blind Play, featuring BioShock 2. Before I actually get started here, I want to apologize for an inaccuracy in my introductory episode. This is still a blind play. I have not played this game before until yesterday. I was trying to record this game once already, but with I had already done some testing with this webcam setup that I'm using here, but I was still having a lot of issues with it, and I didn't really realize how bad those issues were until after I stopped doing a full recording session yesterday, and I was about 6 episodes in, roughly about an hour, maybe 2 hours into the game, and I just realized how bad the webcam recording was going and everything. So, unfortunately, this will not be a 100% blind play now, because I've already played, like I said, the first couple hours of the game. However, after that, it will be a full blind play, but this is still a blind play regardless. I just want to apologize for my inaccurate introductory episode on that one little fact. Other than that, I guess we can say let's get started. So I'll get single player here. New game. Let's keep the brightness up here where it is. Let's save changes. And I am not going to make the same mistake I did in BioShock 1 and put it on a super hard difficulty where I'm constantly cussing and swearing and wanting to throw my controller across the room. What the hell was that?
That would be Shady jumping in her bed.
My cat made a sudden noise next to me and I was trying to figure out what it was. So, I'm not going to play on easy because that would be too easy, at least if it's anything like the first one. Hard really kicked my ass in BioShock 1, so I'm going to go with a halfway point and go with medium, as I have played other shooters, including the prequel. So, let's go with medium, and let's get started with BioShock 2. There's loading screens, of course, so I'm not going to force you to watch that, so I'll be right back. 1958, beneath the Atlantic Ocean. Now, I'm going to spoil a little bit here. What we're looking at is actually the perspective from the player. We're actually not playing as a person this time. We're actually playing as a Big Daddy. A very special Big Daddy, but it is a Big Daddy nonetheless. You can probably figure it out from the intro at this point, but... Oh, look, little sister. What a shock.
It's you.
Apparently this one has a name.
Let's go out to play, Daddy.
We get to look at ourselves here in a moment in the reflection of the window. I have an unusual Big Daddy setup. You didn't see anything that looked like that in the first game. And just like in the first one, the little sisters do the same thing. Shove a giant needle into dead bodies, and that was new. I don't remember them doing that before.
More angels, Daddy. This way.
There's Andrew Ryan in the upper right-hand corner in that little TV up there. Uh-oh, she's in trouble. What happens? Our Big Daddy comes a-running. Love this first one here. Whee! Splat! Right on his head. Oh, yeah, lightning. That's a whole lot of effect. Oh, look, my drill still works. Oh, punch. A quick guy, he can dodge it. Now, I hadn't quite figured out what he did. I mean, I know it's another plasmid he used, some kind of green cube he threw at me.
This is not your daughter. Do you understand? Her name is Eleanor, and she is mine. Now, kneel, please.
Apparently we are now following her orders because of that green thing that guy threw at me. Now, I'm not going to make a cute punchline and say this game started off with a bang, but when I first played this part, I was pretty impressed with the intro. Obviously, didn't have to tell too much about the story of Rapture because we already knew it from the first game, assuming you'd actually played it before. If you jump straight into BioShock 2, you may be missing a little bit of information here. But this is obviously 10 years later, so that was 1958, which was 2 years before the events of BioShock 1, which means it's now 1968. As if you couldn't do the math. I'm not saying you're stupid.
Hello, can you hear me?
Apparently we heard from Tannenbaum, which you might remember her from the first BioShock as well. She was one who was apparently behind most of the science behind the Little Sisters. And apparently we have our helmet back on. Minus a bullet in our head, I hope. Alright. Here we go. We're now in control. While we have a little sister talking in our ear when I don't know what she's saying, we start with a drill. That's the only weapon we have. We have no plasmids or anything. The health and plasmid icons are the same in the upper left-hand corner. And then below that will actually show us the plasmids once we pick them up. It'll actually show which plasmid it is, electrobolt, incinerate, whatever. And then the lower left is our ammo. In this case, we use fuel to power our drill. So when it's running, use a little fuel. Luckily, we have a melee button, thankfully, which doesn't cost any power or any drill fuel. So that's nice. And you can use that with any weapon. Alright, let's go. Not much to do in this first little area. Go past all this stuff. There's a little sister up there. Unfortunately, you can't call her out or anything. Alright, now we have to break through this coral. RT to smash the coral, blocking the door. There we go. Or I just hit it with the melee button, trying to save on fuel. Well, let's stick to crouch. Obviously, a little bit of a tutorial here. Goes another little sister again. And then there goes a very mobile version of me. Sort of. I haven't quite figured out exactly what their purpose is, but what you saw jumping around there is called a big sister. I haven't reached the point in the game to find out exactly what significance it has, or what they're exactly supposed to be. I just do know that I'm fairly certain that there's more than one of them, and they're a pain in the ass to fight. I'll prove that point later. Anyway, we need to power this thing back on because that door over here. We have to go through this door right over here. There's still no sprint button, so I apologize for my lack of speed. But we need to go through this door, but we can't just walk up to it. We have to power it up with that generator over there. Now, in order to power up doors and stuff, we need an electrobolt plasmid, which we will get in a moment. First, we're going to pick up some potted meat, which I don't really need because my health's already full. So it'd be nice to save that for later. Here's some drill fuel. The Divided chambers are just like the same thing as from the first BioShock. If you die, you just respawn there. You can take fall damage, so I'm not going to walk off that edge. Not much, but you can take fall damage. We need to go to plasmid therapies, obviously, so we're going in this corner. This chick's dead, and this guy here is going to come around the corner, and I'm going to drill him. Alright, and we can still search bodies and loot them. Canned beans. And then right here, we get our first Eve hypo. We also picked up a first aid kit off of him. It's a little foggy in here, but I hope it's not because I have the brightness turned up. We can search cash register for some money. Not a whole lot else. The Gatherer's Gardens, of course, you can get plasmids from there. Sorry. Here's another interesting little thing they added to this game, which I really wish they had in the first one. This is an Eve dispenser. It's kind of like the first aid kit, first aid stations, except they dispense, obviously, Eve hypos. And from what I've experienced so far, it's unlimited. You just have to wait for it to be charged. You can see at the moment, I wasn't able to access it. But now I can because it's kind of recharged. I can only hold up to 5, so I'm going to go ahead and grab all of them right now. Wait for it to charge up again. There we go. And one more time. Yeah, that lousy music is still playing in Rapture. And number 5. There we go. Yeah, we can only hold maximum of 5. I haven't found yet if you can expand that number or not, but that's the maximum you can hold. So what's this? More drill fuel. Need that to fill up a little bit. And now let's go through here. Apparently Eleanor can still talk to us somehow. And remember, this is 10 years after I put a bullet in my own head, so you can guarantee that unless little sisters can't grow, that this Eleanor is probably 10 years older as well. Alright, I don't think there's anything of interest over here except this charred body. Got $3 off of it. And because I'm a big hunking big daddy, you're going to hear this crashing sound a lot just because I take a step off of certain things. It sounds like I'm fucking falling 300 feet. Now, despite how these flowers look, usually you see something gold like this, it means it's an objective. Don't get fooled by that. It fooled me at first. I thought there was something I had to do here, like beat on these flowers or something, or maybe pick them or whatnot. There's no use. They're just really shiny flowers. Y is still the jump button. I don't think there's anything over in this one. Look around real quick. What's this? Nope, nothing. What else we got here? More shiny flowers. Cigarettes, I'm not going to bother smoking them because you lose health. You gain E but lose health with them. I don't want to deal with that. Money. Now we're up to $11. Anything else here? Okay, no. Alright, let's grab this. This is where we get our first plasma. This is Electro Bolt. And just like the first one, we pull it all out. Stick it in our little thing there. And now we actually gain control of plasmids. Luckily this time we just kind of fall over on the floor. We don't trip over a banister and fall to a floor. We just kind of growl and scream and then plop. Yeah. Oh hey, little sister.
Sleeping for such a long time, and Eleanor has missed you. Find her and you'll be all better.
See how they look so much older now? Oh no, not so much. They're probably at least 2 years older maybe. Obviously that thing just, that big sister just took her from me. Sorry, I had an itch. Alright, we actually have an electric bolt. We have an electric plasmid now. It's the only one we have at this point. It's still, they still have the passive tonics. The passive plasmids are called tonics later on. But now that we have electro bolt, we need to, first of all, go through this door, which is now closed. So, click. Luckily, the aiming mechanic is much improved, as well as many other things. The hacking mechanic, I love the hacking mechanic. You're going to hear me talk about that a lot in this play. What little I've already experienced, I love it. It is leaps and bounds easier than the first game. Alright, before I go fight the guy up there, we need to enter a key code here. 1540. So let's put in that code. 1, 5. That's the wrong way. 4. Oh. Door opens. And dead body. Get some bandages. Canned fruit. Excuse me. Some money. More drill fuel. And one of these recorders. Hold A to listen to him.
My husband is such a perfect idiot. Throws away all his
I'm guessing this is probably her.
tonics to affect a look of physical fitness. So he'll have an excuse to sit on his rear all day listening to radio serials. Steven, I tell him, you want to be fit? Come swim laps with me, the old-fashioned way. It's your mind that's atrophying. Maybe I'll start sneaking some brain boost into his daily regimen.
Right. As you can see, it said, if you could read over the caption of the diary, it said, like Atlas said, the first one, the 1-2 punch. We come up here, shock with lightning, and kill. Comes the other one, shock, and punch. Punches and your damage is much more effective in this game than it was in the first one. It seemed like the 1-2 punch didn't work for me so well in the first one. Search this body, Eve hypo and bandages. This one for fresh water and $4. I believe fresh water actually refills your Eve. It's not a U-invent item. I haven't found a U-invent yet in this game. Doesn't mean they don't exist. I just haven't found one. Alright. Let's left trigger to activate the generator. And now we have access to that door over there. There it goes.
At last, a signal.
And now we hear from Tenenbaum.
You who are bringing this dead city to life, listen. My name, it is Tannenbaum. I know who you are, and I am in much need of your help. Please, find me in the Atlantic Express train station.
Oh, there's another Big Daddy out there. At least we know where we need to go. We need to go find Tenenbaum at the Atlantic Express station. Before we do, there's a recorder over here that I missed. There we go. This was not really that interesting, but enjoy it.
Lesson 1, mob jockeys. You are under the ocean now. If you feel the soft patter of rain on your hat, you're already fired. Lesson 2. You can jumpstart a dead generator with a direct spark, but clear the guests out of the pool first. Scares these rich pricks to watch a working stiff hurling thunderbolts. You follow me?
In other words, giving you a hint to use the electric bolt on the generator. Alright, we need to go that way as the golden arrow provides, but we're going to do some exploring first, and obviously not going into the men's room. Let's go over here and grab this one. This one is from Lamb, I believe. Yeah, Sophia Lamb.
My daughter, Eleanor. Soon you
This is the lady that told me to shoot myself in the head.
will be your home. You shall be raised as I was, to advance the common good through social psychiatry. This city's potential is immeasurable, Eleanor. Yet our beliefs are unwelcome here. Life will be difficult, but the price of revolution is always dear. If we are patient with her, rapture will come to us.
Right. Alright, let's keep going. Here's some money here. And if we put $5 here, we find a dead body. It's aspirin, and we collect more money. You've gained from aspirin. Sink. Huh. I don't really know why we need to turn the water on. We got water spraying everywhere here. And we get visitors. Punch. Missed. There. Hit. I let her hit me way too many times. Heal up. Or I meant loot her, not heal up. But yeah, we should heal up. We're pretty low on health. You want to lose that much health already. Should have been a little more careful. Alright, let's see. We're doing fine so far. Let's keep going. Ah, yes. Just like before. Shock the water. And they're dead.
This is Dr. Sophia Lamb with a message for the people. Remember, you are not alone.
Money.
Think of me not as a leader, but as a lover, a rapture family.
Man. Her foot got really fucked up. Is that her foot or is that her shoe? Ugh, that's nasty. Alright. What's this? Another one of these. Oh, this is from Tannenbaum. Her first name is Bridget, by the way. I don't think that was ever mentioned in the first one.
The little ones I rescued are grown up, and think of me no more. After what I once did to them, it was a joy to be forgotten. But now, all around the world, children vanish by the sea, kidnapped. And so I return, in fear of what I already know. Someone is making new little ones, continuing my work, my sins. Even if I am to die for it, I must stop them.
Alright. Alright, we need to go through here now, and obviously this is the way we need to go, but in order to get through this door, we have to pick up this rivet gun, which is our first weapon, by the way. This rivet gun, unlike the first one, is actually usable as a weapon. A pretty good weapon, actually. I'll be using it throughout most, if not all, the game. I haven't found much weapons that are better than that yet. You can also search this Rosie, which I'll do that real quick. Alright. And I'll pick up this rivet gun and move on through this broken door next time on Blind Play featuring BioShock 2. Feel free to like and subscribe to see other episodes of this show and many others on our channel. I'm Scoryth of the Crimson Renegades, and I'll see you later.